welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna. Today we'll be doing my Gothic reads, Game Time of Learning Extended for Fall. Let's get going. So I have a whole bunch to read, so I'll be kind of selective as to what I think I will be reading in terms of Gothic things. So yeah, I have reviewed some of these before in like my August releases or September releases, so I will just be quickly going over them just because I already talked about them. But otherwise, for the most part, I have some new ones as well. So let's get going. My first one is The House of Quiet by Kristen Wright. To save her sister, she must enter the house. In the middle of a dilly bog sits the House of Quiet. It's a place for children whose procedure wicked powers too terribly to be lived with. The last hope for treatment, no one knows how they healed or where to go afterward. Bertie has begged, bargained, and blackmailed her way inside as a maid, determined to find her missing sister Magpie. But what she discovers is more mysteries. Instead of the destitute children who undergo the procedure in hopes of social advancement, the house blooms with aristocratic teens wielding strange powers they never should have been burdened with. Though Bertie wants to ignore them, she can't help being drawn to stoic and silent forest, charmed by clever Bibber and concern for the youngest residents. When fellow meet Minnow, keeping tabs on everything Bertie does, danger is everywhere. My next book is Grey Flowers by Autumn Claus, a twisted dark royal fantasy that takes the courtly intrigue of Hamlet and infuses him with the vicious ambition of the Boleyn family. That sounds really exciting. My next book is, I'm really excited for this because I really do love the movie itself. So this book is inspired by that movie, which is Phantom of the Opera, and this book is Sing the Night by Maggie Achilles. Sorry if I said it wrong. Magic, music, madness, murder. Discover a fantastical retelling of Phantom of the Opera. For as long as Celine remembers, she only wanted one thing, to sing the boldest, brightest magic into existence, and when the opera had the magician. To the winner goes the spoils of being declared King's Mage, a position her father held years ago before he lost control of his magic and spiraled into madness, leaving Celine an orphan. But when the competition turns cutthroat and competitors steal Celine's song, the chance to redeem her father's legacy begins to slip through her fingers, until in the depths of the opera house she discovers a mysterious and beautiful man trapped within a mirror. He offers not only the magic of music, but a darker sorcery of shadow, blood, and wand. He can help Celine if she helps him in return, but his forbidden magic may not be worth the cost. I'm so excited for that. My next book is On Howland Walls by Lily Wilkinson. Paige Whittaker has always been an outcast, and after the deadly incident that destroys her singing friendship at her old school, she needs a fresh start, which inspired when she received a scholarship offer from Agathian College, an elite boarding school falling deep within the moors of Scotland. She doesn't even consider turning it down. Agathian is everything Paige Agathian is everything Paige has ever. I think she meant ever has ever wanted. Oh my gosh. Agatha is everything Paige has ever wanted. A safe haven full of dusty books, steaming cups of tea, and vigorous intellectual debate. And for the first time in her life, Paige has even managed to become part of a close group of friends. Cyrus, Ben, Gideon, Lacey, and Elk help her feel at home at Agathian's halls. The only problem is they're all keeping secrets from her. That is such a weird summary, never forgetting one thing in that sentence. Is everyone proofreading the summaries before the publish it? Just me? No? Okay. Anyways, my next book is For No Mortal Creature by Kesh Chow. When Ji-Ya suddenly finds herself alive again after being stabbed through the heart by an enemy sword, she realizes she possesses a rare power, the ability to move between the living realm and the shrouded world of ghosts, including Lynn, her ex-best friend and former love, whose betrayal she still hasn't recovered from. At first, Ji-Ya wants nothing to do with Lynn or any ghost, metaphorically or otherwise, but when her beloved grandmother brutally passes away, June is forced to travel into the afterlife to save her. My next book is The House I Fear by Marissa Meyer. Mallory Fontaine is a fraud. Though she comes from a long line of witches, the only magic she possesses is the ability to see ghosts, which is rarely as useful as one would think. She and her sister have maintained the family business, eking out a paltry living by selling fraudulent spells to gullible buyers and conducting tours of the infamous mansion when the first of the Sapphire murders took place. Mallory is a self-proclaimed expert on Count Bastian Sapphire, otherwise known as Monsieur Leblanc, who brutally killed 3 of his wives more than a century ago. But she never expected to meet Bastian's great-grandson and heir to the Sapphire estate. Armand is handsome, wealthy, and convinced that the Fontaine sisters are as talented as he claimed. The perfect mark. When he offers Mallory a large sum of money to rid his ancestral home of Flaubert ghosts, she can't resist. A paid vacation in Armand's country manor is practically a dream come true. Never mind the ghosts of murdered wives and the monsters that are as common as household pests. Alright then. And my next book is Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. Amanda has lived like a ghost in the forgotten corners of the Hazelthorn estate ever since he was taken in by his reclusive billionaire guardian, Brian Lennox Hall, when he was a child. For his safety, Amanda has been given 3 ironclad rules to follow. He can never leave the estate, he can never go into the gardens, and most importantly, he can never again be left alone with Brian's charming, underachieving grandson, Laurie. That last rule has been in place ever since Laurie tried to kill Amanda 7 years ago, and yet somehow Amanda is still obsessed with him. When Brian suddenly dies, Amanda inherits Hazelthorn's immense Gothic mansion acres of sprawling grounds, along with the entirety of the Lennox Hall family's vast wealth. But Amanda's sure his guardian was murdered, and Laurie may be the only one who can help him find the killer before they come for Amanda next. My next book is When Devils Sing by Jean Code. When Dawson's cemetery goes missing, all he leaves behind is a small spattering of blood in room 4 of the debt-ridden motel owned by Nina Singh's family. Disappearances aren't uncommon in the rural Georgia town of Carrion, especially every 13 years when a periodical encounter Boone returns from the underground, shrieking their deafening screams. For Nira, Dawson is another reminder that in this corner of the South, the rich only get richer and the poor, well, nothing comes good their way. My next book is The Man of Dreams by Christina Lee. They say what you don't know can hurt you, but silence can be deadly. Vivian Yin is dead, the first Chinese actress to win an Oscar, that trailblazing Indian rose to fame in the 80s only to disappear from the spotlight at the height of her career and live out the rest of her life as a recluse. Now her remaining family members are gathered for the reading of her will, and daughters expect to inherit the child of Vivian's grand, sprawling Southern California garden estate. But due to the last-minute change to the will, the house is passed on to another family instead, one that has suddenly returned after decades of estrangement. My next book is I still have yet to read this book. It is A Treachery of Swans by Amy Poranek. Magic has long been outlawed in L'Oreal. Odile has always known she would be the one to restore it. So this is the retell of Swan Lake. Raised by a sorcerer, Odile has spent years preparing for the heist of a lifetime. It's perfectly simple. Impersonate princes, infiltrate the palace, steal the king's enchanted crown, and restore magic to the kingdom. But when the king is unexpectedly murdered, she is forced to recruit the help of Marie Durandette, the real princess, and the two begin to unravel a web of lies and deceit that leaves Odile uncertain of who to trust. Soon, though, Odile must decide her mission or the girl she is falling for. So far, all the books have murder in them. Alright then. I have no clue what that says about me. Anyways, my next book is What Wakes the Bells by L. Pish. Built by Long Gone Saints, the city... Ooh! This is inspired by Prague Legend, What Wakes the Bells. Oh, like the Prague Legend. Built by Long Gone Saints, the city of Irene lives and breathes and bleeds. As a keeper, Mina knows better than most of what is up with these summaries? As a keeper, Mina knows better than most what her care of Raven's bells mean for the sentient city. Does it make sense? It's the Strauss family's 1,000 years legacy prevent the Vespians from ringing, or they will wake a slumbering evil. And my next book is When the Bones Sing by Ginny Mayu Singh. The past 3 years have been tough for Elizabeth Creek, Arkansas, a small town quietly tucked in the Ozark Mountains. More than 24 people have disappeared on the local hiking trails. They're one moment gone the next, and not a trace left behind until the buried bodies are discovered. 17-year-old Dovie doesn't believe in magic, even though she comes from a long line of women who can hear the bones of the dead sing, and for the past 3 years their bones have been crooning non-stop, calling out to Dovie to dig them up. Some of the old-timers believe that it's a monstrous Ozarks howler snatching people off the Ox Trail. Well, Dovie doesn't believe in the howler, and she doesn't believe her best friend Lo when he tells her he is being haunted by dark shadows. All she believes is her talent that guides the local sheriff to the bones when they begin the song, then reuniting the dead with their families and giving them some peace. And my final book is The Rise of Alma Blackwell by Amanda Glaze. For over a century, the Blackwells have protected the town of Hollow Cliff from vengeful spirits. 17-year-old Nev is ready to take over for her ailing grandmother as the town's witch protector. Unlike her mother who left when Nev was a child and never looked back, when a stranger arrives at Blackwell House of Spirits to fill a tour guide opening, Nev reluctantly offers him the job. Nev doesn't trust Carl Murphy. He knows more than he's letting on about Blackwell House, and about Nev herself, but Nev soon learns that she has been lied to her whole life by following the trail of clues left behind in Blackwell House by her most powerful rich ancestor. Nev uncovers an unspeakable legacy of murder and lies and realizes that a stranger may be the one person she can trust. So yeah, all these books have murders in them, or it's just them witches. But anyways, let me know what book is most interesting to you, or if you're planning to read anything Gothic or murder sort of vibe. So yeah, so I'm really excited for fall. I really wanted to come quicker, I really want them. So yeah, otherwise let me know what are your favorite Gothic reads, and please like, comment, subscribe so you'll be notified every time I post, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!